Hello, Leo rising. This is your new moon in Capricorn forecast for December 23rd through about January 6th when the full moon will be in Cancer. So, this new moon is in your sixth house of health and routine and daily life and work. I always say the sixth house is there's the 10th house in astrology, and that is career, like what if you're a painter, and the sixth house is where you wash your paintbrushes. So the sixth house is very practical when it comes to work. It's like what you do every day for money and at work. It's your coworkers. It's also your health. It's also your routines, your rituals, your daily life. So it's a very practical place. And to have Capricorn there makes it very practical, practical, practical. So success for you may be measured in routine, in health, in daily life. This new moon is a seed planting time there. You may be thinking, maybe I want to start a new routine or I want to do something different for work. That could definitely be coming up for you, or I need a new health routine or something of that nature. But it's definitely something that's under the microscope. Now, it's square to Jupiter, which is expanding your ninth house. The ninth house is adventure, it's travel, it's philosophy, it's opening your mind, it's experiencing new worlds, new cultures. Those two things don't mix very well. I mean, the sixth house is very practical. We got to do this today, and we got to go to work. And Jupiter in the ninth house is very much like, I'm going to Cabo. So those two things can kind of have a little friction. But Jupiter is really maybe also saying there's some things for you to learn here. The ninth house is also higher education and the philosophy part of it. So it's how you can work one with the other. That really is the question. How can I make my life in the framework to support adventure, to support my own truth, my philosophy, an open mind, an open world, different experiences? So that's probably what's coming through for you this new moon. It's a little restless, I would say, with this specific sixth house to ninth house. Now, Mars is retrograde in your 11th house, and that tells you a lot about the Jupiter stuff. So Mars is taking action, right? But it's retrograde and it's really doing research in Gemini on your goals. So this is a kind of spiritual, kind of practical, kind of material. It's like, what are my goals? I got to figure that out. Well, in order to figure that out, I need to figure out what my worldview is, what my philosophy says, where I want to go, what I believe about the world. Those will inform the other. So while you're kind of taking a look at the groups you belong to, which is also the 11th house, you're also checking in with your own personal philosophy, maybe opening your mind, and a new world is opening up and new goals are opening up for you. And you should be allowing room for that. Let me say that. Even though the new moon in Capricorn is like, we got to get your daily life together. Getting your daily life together is important. So maybe build some time in for the exploring that the mind and the heart wants to do right now. Now, Mercury will go retrograde on December 29th in your sixth house of health and daily life. And so routine could come under some wonkiness, some wonky energy here when Mercury goes retrograde. You got to redo something. And it's not just routine, it's also health. So if I were a Leo rising, I'd be watching myself around lots of people right now because of viruses and all that. So it's something to note, just keeping in touch with your health during Mercury retrograde, and expecting things in your daily life maybe not to be so smooth, but you are rethinking strategy here. Something's not working out in your daily life, probably because you are so needing to expand into new horizons. And so you got to restructure and go, how can I rethink this? Now, Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn's in your seventh house. So that could be the place where you feel like you've been putting in a lot of work, or maybe it's been weighing you down, or maybe it's felt like obstacles. And that is relationships. It's other people. I mean, it could be coworkers, it could be clients, it could be friends. But there is a key there. You may be having to rethink what people you need in your life, and how that needs to go, and how do they fit into your daily life as well, and do they bring you down health wise? I mean, the people in the daily life stuff is kind of synced together with Saturn being the ruler of both. There's new people on your horizons, new ways of doing things. I think definitely networking is going to come up when Mars goes direct in your 11th house. So it's important to go ahead and try to structure your daily life to give you room, to give you space. to explore, to do new things. And also take care of your health, please. Please do that. All right, I will see you January 6th for the full moon in Cancer, which will be in your 12th house, which will demand space. The 12th house is retreat, and that's coming. That's definitely coming. So it does seem to be based on work and stuff like that, or even just how busy you are. It's good to go ahead and plan ahead. You're going to need some space, some retreat, some dreams, some sleep maybe during the full moon. And that's another reason I say to look out for your health, because if the full moon's in your 12th house, which can also be a health stuff, just take care of yourself, nourish yourself. That's the most important thing for this new moon phase for you. And make sure your daily life is structured in a certain way that you can nourish yourself and give yourself retreat and space for your mind to wander. Okay, then I'll see you before January 6th, before the full moon. We'll go a little deeper into it because it's trine Uranus, which is freedom and change. And I will see you then. All right, Leo rising. Catch you on the flip side.